Okay, boys. I'm a single 30-year-old woman. I do my own yard work. I pay my own bills. I pay my own taxes. I keep my dog alive wherever he is. What am I doing wrong?
So she's a single 30-year-old woman, pays her taxes, takes care of her dogs, cleans her house. What is she doing wrong? I'll tell you what she's doing wrong. I'll tell you right now. She's out there chasing the chads, right? And she totally looks like a Chad chaser to me. That is what she's doing wrong. First of all, okay? First of all, that is what she's doing wrong. She's still out there chasing the Chads well into her 30s. Okay? Well into her 30s. That is why she is still single. And on top of that, the fact that she cleans her house, pays her taxes, and takes care of her dogs, guys really don't care about that stuff, okay? All we care about is your hotness. All we care about is how physically attractive and how young you are. That is what we care about. We could care less that you paid your house off, that you take care of your taxes, and you're this responsible citizen in your community. We could care less about that. I mean, all we care about at the end of the day is how young and how hot you are. I mean, we will date the Starbucks barista, right? We will date a fast food worker if she's hot. We don't care, right? We don't care about those things. All we care about is your youth and your fertility, your hotness. So this chick is yet another female who is now in her 30s and is still single and has not locked down that high value guy that she could have locked down just a few years earlier, because she doesn't look that old. She looks like she's probably in her early 30s, I want to say. And she's actually pretty attractive, right? Beyond this filter she's using. And that's another thing I can't stand, are these girls constantly they can't upload a single video without using some ridiculous heavy filter that looks fake. It just totally, completely softens their face. Don't use the filters, girls. Just be honest. Just be honest. Don't catfish on your vids. But anyway, this chick is fairly attractive, right? Pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. However, she's in her 30s. So that's going to weigh heavily against her. However, I can tell you right now, this chick was probably getting tons of offers from high value guys just a few years earlier. But you know what she didn't do? She didn't lock one down. You know how I know that? She's talking about how she has a house. So obviously, in order to get that house, she had to work. So she likely spent her 20s working in order to buy that house, in order to have some financial stability, which is a mistake, because she should have been using her 20s to find and lock down the high value guy that she was going to marry, she's going to be with. And if the guy's high value, he's probably going to have his own house. You just move in, girl. And it's not going to be out in the sticks where you're living right now. It's not going to be in the woods. It's probably going to be in a nice suburb, a nice gated community that's safe, low crime, no homelessness. Could have had that. But now you got to live in the middle of the forest in, this wooden house with your dog, because you didn't lock down the high value man when you should have, right? When you should have. Instead, you spent those years working. And it's just a big, big mistake. So even though this chick is still attractive, I give her that, right? Still attractive into her 30s. Okay, my battery died earlier, so I had to charge my phone, and it took a while, and charged it just enough so I could finish this coaching video for you. But yeah, sadly, so this girl didn't get it done, and she's still single. And like I said, I could say with pretty much 100% certainty that she's trying to lock down a Chad. She's not interested in settling for a beta brat or a provisioner who is not going to meet her qualifications. No, she still wants that like tall, jacked, alpha bad boy Chad that also is high value and has a good job and career and business, and that can take care of her. And unfortunately, that ship has sailed. I mean, the time to get that guy would have been, at least at minimum 5 years ago, not now. I mean, now it's going to be very, very difficult, if not impossible, because those guys that she wants, those chads, what are they doing? They're going for the girls who are the 22-year-old version of her now, right? They're going for those younger females that they can easily get. They don't have to settle for the 32-year-old version of her when they can get the 22-year-old version of her, right? What's the point in doing that? I mean, it's just like if somebody gave you a choice in cars and it's going to be the same price, they'd be like, hey, do you want the 2022 Corvette or do you want the 2012 Corvette? You know, you'd be like, no, I want the new model, right? Same price? No, give me the new model. Why would I want the 2012? No, you take the new model. Now, the reality of it is she's just, the longer she stays single, the worse it's going to get, right? So I've said it a number of times, man, dating is not designed to work in women's favor after the age of 30. It's designed to work in your favor before the age 30, but not after the age of 30. And this is why you got to take care of, these things, these very important things, these very important life decisions before you turn that magic 3-0. Because if you don't, you're just going to be out there wandering the dating wastelands like the female version of Mad Max, trying to lock down a high-value guy, right? And now it's to the point where this girl, even though she's still attractive, she's going to have to settle, right? She's going to have to loosen up on her requirements here, as many women do, right? You see them on these dating sites. Many of these women, the older they get, they have to start loosening up on all of those prerequisites that they required of guys who, even like ring their doorbell before they could even get a date. So she's going to have to start loosening up on a lot of these requirements and just, come to grips with the fact that she cannot get the same level of guy that she was able to get 5 years earlier, right? This is the reality of it. It's no different. I've made this analogy before. No different like being a professional athlete. Say you're an NFL running back, right? Usually NFL running backs have a very short shelf life. So the time for these guys to get these crazy contracts is early in their career, right? This is why you saw like an Emmitt Smith or an Ezekiel Elliott just go for these insane contracts. Why? Because they know they're never going to be able to make that money again later in their careers. They know, that now is the time to do it when they're 22, not when they're 32, when they're 22. Right? This is the time they're trying to grab all those endorsement deals. They're trying to lock in these multi-year contracts for insane amounts of money because they know once they turn 32, nobody's going to give them that type of money. That ship has sailed, right? That ship has sailed. Because why? Because now you have the flock of new running backs coming in that are fresh out of college, that are younger, faster, stronger. Why are you gonna give the money to this 32-year-old running back when you could give it to the 22-year-old running back, right? And unfortunately, it's the same thing with these former hotties, right? And I'm complimenting her. I'm calling her a former hottie. It's the same thing. You have to lock down that guy early in your career because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. And then you're going to have to come to eventually come to grips with the realization that you can't lock down that guy anymore. And you just have to get the best, highest value guy that you can possibly get. However, the caveat is you're always going to feel like you settled. So if you don't want to have that nagging feeling that you settled in your 30s, you have to lock that guy down before you hit 30. Okay. Otherwise, the guys that you get after the age of 30, you're constantly going to feel like you settled, right? And you're just going to have to live with the fact. Because why? You did, right? You did settle. Because you can't get the same type of guy you got when you were in your 20s, now that you're in your 30s. So that's the unfortunate reality. And, and sadly, a lot of these chicks will continue to stay single because they will chase that magic carrot around the racetrack for years and years, thinking that one day I'm going to get that chat. One day I'm going to get my hands on that carrot, and they never do. I've never seen it happen, right? It's like a weird thing with the universe just punishing you for not settling down when you should have in your 20s, which is what God wants you to do, right? So got to do this stuff early, girls. You got to lock them down early. Otherwise, there's not much hope after that, unless you're just okay with the fact that you're going to settle. If you're okay with that, loosening up on some of your requirements and your prerequisites for guys, maybe he doesn't have to be 6'3". Maybe he could be 5'11", right? Maybe he doesn't have to make six figures. As long as he makes, a decent living, you're okay with that. He comes home at night, you're okay with that. You're going to have to just start loosening up on some of these requirements that you have for men, because as they say, beggars can't be choosers, can they? So, I'm going to wrap up here. Sorry my battery cut out earlier, guys, but going to wrap this up. I think that's all I have to say about tonight's coaching video. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think about her frustration and still being single and over 30. And love to read your comments. I love to see you guys in my comments. And it's always entertaining when I hear what you guys have to say. It's always hilarious. But it's funny to me too how girls are always like, I have a job, I pay my own bills, right? That's what she said. I have a job, I pay my own bills, I have my own house, I take care of my animals. And it's like, well, guys don't care about that, right? Guys just don't care about that. And another thing too is whenever I hear somebody rant about that, I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do, right? That is what you're supposed to do as a grown adult. You're supposed to pay your bills, you're supposed to clean your house, you're supposed to take care of your animals, take care of your kids if you have some. That is what you're supposed to do. It drives me crazy, like hearing girls like be so entitled that they rant about things that you're just supposed to do, right? That's like me going, whenever I take my car out, I put gas in my car. Oh, when my phone goes dead, I recharge my phone. Those are the things you're just supposed to do. Unbelievable. When Cat and Gizmo are hungry, I feed them. I feed my dogs. It's like, you're supposed to do that. Drop your comments below, guys. With that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to destroy that like button below. I want you to destroy it, guys. Please destroy that like button for me. Do it for the DeLorean. Do it for Cash and Gizmo. Just destroy that like button. Do it now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, especially because they don't like me doing coaching videos like this. They don't want to promote me anymore. So I need you guys to help me out. And the way you can help me out is by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, it doesn't cost anything. So hit that subscribe button right now so you can get more free, high-value content from me at no cost just by being a subscriber of the 33 Secrets. And for you guys who want to support my work and all this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you on the YouTube even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest, youngest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making this happen every single week, regardless of what racial division is going on in the world, kind of virus is going on in the world. It doesn't matter. We are continuing to live our lives and making things happen 24/7, 365 days a year, all around the world, in all 4 corners of the world. And I want you to join my tribe. I want you to join our crew. I want you to become one of us. And the way you do that is by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of mastery coaching lessons from me. And all you need to do to get signed up is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Say goodnight to the DeLorean. Good night, DeLorean. Good night, stainless steel. Back to the future dream. Good night.